Well, we have another longer segment now with John Studd Big John Studd. I don't want to get hit. Big John Studd taking calls from the fans. And he really holds his own with the fans here. So let's take a listen to that right now.
Okay, back with more with Big John Studd. John, are you there?
I'm right here, boy. Hey, let's talk about, we got a lot, I know we mentioned a lot to talk about. You wanted me to comment on Superstar Billy Graham and David Schultz's program a few weeks ago.
Yeah, pretty explosive.
But I'll tell you what, the real news is today's Royal Rumble. I'm pretty proud. I did win the Royal Rumble approximately 3 years ago. Is that correct, John?
Yes.
About 3 years ago, and it is a major event. It is an exciting event. But the big news is Sid Justice turning on Hulk Hogan. Did that surprise you, or what?
Well, Justice was a bad guy over at the WCW, his turn on Hogan didn't surprise me that much. I think there's going to be a major feud involving them too, and Justice is a powerhouse of an individual.
Well, I don't blame Justice for doing it. One is, let's face it, Hulk Hogan is the money man with the World Wrestling Federation. He whether he has a strap around his waist or not, he's the guy that sells tickets. Now, Sid Justice had to be looking and had to be talking with his management saying, hey, look, I've been up here for, 6 months now. He had a torn bicep. He's absolutely going nowhere fast. And then the only way he could really resurrect his career and get everybody to pay attention to him and start making some big-time wrestling money was to turn on Hulk Hogan. And it surprised me. In fact, it really surprised me. But I think it was a real smart move on Sid Justice's part. It's a real smart move on his management part. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be great for the fans because I think it'll be a competitive match. And that's what the wrestling fans are really looking for is competition in the ring.
Yeah.
Sid Justice, Hulk Hogan, that's real competitive. Sid is young, and he's lacking experience, but Hulk is getting up in years. And maybe what'll even it out is Sid's youth will wear out Hulk's experience. And then you might see a new domination in wrestling. We all wear out. I wore out. Buddy Rogers wore out once. Killer Kowalski wore out. We all wear out. And it's just a matter of who's going to be the guy that knocks us out of the saddle.
Okay, let's go to the phones and we'll take a call. Our first caller today, Dave. Dave, you're first.
Hi, John.
Hey, how you doing tonight, Dave?
Hey, Big John Studd. It's good to see you back.
Well, you're not seeing me. You're hearing me, right, buddy?
Yeah, but it's good to see you back in summer because I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, well, I've been taking it easy. Actually, there's a movie there. I did a couple movies. I did The Marrying Man with Kim Basinger and Alec Baldwin. I played a monster in that film. Then I also did a movie with Mickey Rourke called The Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man, and which was quite a good movie. It should be out in the video stores in the next couple of months.
Okay, I got 3 questions.
Yeah.
The first one is, does anybody know where the Ultima Warrior is?
Yeah, Ultimate Warrior is living out in New Mexico. He's walked away from wrestling completely. He's got involved in some real estate.
Will he be back?
No, he's not ever going to wrestle again. At least that's what he's claiming today.
Okay, and I have another question.
Yeah.
Okay, quickly, one more.
All right, one more. Why did Bret Hitman Hart go out and fight the Mountie? Because he had 104-degree fever and he had a lot of guts to do that. I think he had very good guts to go after and fight the belt with 104-degree fever.
Oh, you mean the other night when he lost it?
Yeah.
I wrestled in the ring many nights when I had the flu. What it is you feel obligated to the fans. The fans pay a lot of money for those tickets, and when you're in the main event, you can't be letting these fans down. And and another thing, I never mind going into the ring with a flu or a cold or something because the sweat always kind of cleans you up, and makes you feel better afterwards. I think if I was Bret Hart and I was fighting somebody of the caliber of the Mountie, I would have taken a chance with the flu or with a broken arm.
Okay.
It was a bad move on his part, but
you could say he had a lot of heart.
He has a lot of heart, exactly right.
Okay, let's go to Chris from Brooklyn. Chris, you're next.
Hi, Big John. How you doing?
Hey, good. How you doing tonight?
Okay, pretty good. I was wondering, you think it's going to be Hogan versus Sid Justice at WrestleMania?
The ideal match, I look at it be Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair. Now, if I was the promotion and the bookmaker, it was match to match, I'd keep Ric Flair in matches with opponents that I'm pretty sure that he could dominate. Rick is a great wrestler anyhow. He doesn't really need a lot of help from the booking office. But I would keep him with weaker opponents, the ones that he could beat, because, hey, the ultimate match, man, I mean, you can't, Hulk Hogan isn't going to walk away from wrestling losing the belt like he did. You're losing that championship. He's going to fight real hard for it, and I think he deserves another opportunity. In fact, he does. There's no thinking about it. He deserves another opportunity for the championship belt. And what a better match from WrestleMania.
Okay, Hogan Flair is our prediction here also for WrestleMania.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be. Yeah, you know, things change. It's like I didn't see the Royal Rumble today, but what was the one match was the Intercontinental title?
Yeah, Roddy Piper defeated the Mountie.
Yeah, no, that match was put together because what happened again?
Well, the Mountie defeated Hart the 2 nights ago in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Right.
And they put Piper in tonight against the Mountie for the title, and Piper won the IC belt.
Well, you know, see that something like that could happen for WrestleMania, and the match could change. But I'm really thinking that everybody's hoping it's going to be Ric Flair versus Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that's going to be the bout.
Hey, you know, let's put it this way: Hulk Hogan's back to the corner now.
Yeah.
I mean, his whole image is on the line.
Yeah, I know. That's one thing we wanted to touch upon. You know, all this controversy that's been taking place in the World Wrestling Federation and Hogan, and certainly doesn't look good as far as for public image on the Hulkster. John, you mind talking about your days in WWF as far as some of that stuff that went on back then? Now, did you ever use the steroids yourself?
Did I use steroids? Yes, I did. I'm not ashamed to admit I believe in steroids. I believe they had their purpose.
Yeah.
I used it to maintain my body, to keep my body weight, because, you know, our schedule was so rigorous and we were under a lot of demand. And I felt I needed it to keep my weight up, plus it helped my body rehabilitate from the injuries. But I was never a steroid junkie. I was just a steroid user out of necessity. And what I mean by that is I didn't live off of steroids where I had to take them every day. Now, I've heard all these claims, and I've seen these shows that Superstar Billy Graham did, claiming about Hulk Hogan. And I know that's what you want to get to is Hulk Hogan and steroids. Well, I never, ever saw Hulk Hogan take steroids. And I spent a good 6 years with him.
Do you think he's being set up as the fall guy right now?
For what?
For
set him up.
Well, you know, just by the rampant use of steroids that's alleged in pro wrestling, that there's got to be somebody to take a fall, so to speak, and everyone's just pointing to Hogan. Do you think that's unfair?
No, they're pointing to Hogan because he's got that big body. He's got all the success. Nobody likes somebody that's on top. You know, everybody's jealous that people are on top. I mean, it means a lot if you say Hulk Hogan used steroids. But if you said Barry Horowitz used steroids, who cares about Barry Horowitz, right? I mean, he's just a guy also on the card. You take somebody like Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair or Roddy Piper, now you're talking something. You got something to talk about. And definitely Hulk Hogan isn't being set up by the World Wrestling Federation. I mean, he's their lifeblood. And I think he's just being set up. People are pointing their finger to him because he's the most popular guy. Yet, you know, I never saw him take it. You know, I've never seen anybody take steroids besides myself. You know, I never saw Ric Flair take them. I never saw Roddy Piper take them. I never saw Hulk Hogan take them, or Jimmy Snuka, or anybody. And I was around those guys a lot.
Do you think that they should be cleaned up from pro wrestling right now, however?
Steroids?
Yeah.
I don't think they're a problem. I really don't think they're a problem. Just like I don't think there's, you know, wrestlers have always been you always have a few wild seeds in wrestling. When I started wrestling, alcohol was a big thing. We always had a bunch of wrestlers that were always drunk or always wild or always hanging out in bars. You're always going to have a wrestler that's using drugs or using alcohol or using steroids, but I don't think it's a real problem. I don't think they could function if it was a problem.
Okay,
whether it's with the WWF or the WCW or independents, you can't really. Another thing about use of drugs, it makes you unreliable. You know, people that use drugs are very unreliable people, and promoters don't need that headache. They don't need people that are going to be here today and gone tomorrow, or going to cause other problems that are associated with drugs.